So this is lesson 37, B as in boy, of Algebra 2, and we're starting on example 37.2. And we've got a chemical formula right now that is NH3, and that is the symbol for ammonia. All right, so if we have 510 grams of ammonia, how much does the nitrogen in that ammonia weigh? Well, they tell us that hydrogen, again, is 1, and nitrogen is going to be 14. So we can go ahead and find out how much one of those weighs by multiplying the H by 3 and the 14 by 1, because there's only one of those and there are 3 of those. So we have 3 and 14, so that means the whole thing weighs 17. So 1 molecule of NH3 weighs 17. So let me put 17 NH3. And what are we trying to find out? We're trying to find out how much the nitrogen weighs. So the ratio of this is going to be 14 of nitrogen. So we're looking at what they give us. They give us the total, and they give us the 14, the nitrogen, because that's what they're looking for. And then they're asking how much nitrogen are we going to have if we were to have 510 grams of NH3. Okay, so here is the weight of nitrogen when we have 1 molecule, which weighs 17. So the ratio is 14 nitrogens to 17 NH3s. How many nitrogen to 510 NH3? So it's just, again, a simple ratio. So we're going to multiply those two. So 14, whoops, let me get my pen here. And we'll just count this, call that X there. And we end up with our nitrogen is going to be equal to 420 grams. So that means that when we have 510 grams of NH3, 420 of those are going to be nitrogen. So this ratio and this ratio are going to be the same. So it's stuff that we've done before. No big surprises. We're just kind of dealing with some chemistry here. So let's do 37.3. The formula for ammonium chloride is NH4Cl. Okay. This means that in 1 molecule of ammonium chloride there is 1 atom of nitrogen, 4 atoms of hydrogen, and 1 atom of chlorine. What are we interested in? We're interested in how many grams of chlorine are there in 1,060 grams of ammonium chloride. So what we're going to do here, we're interested in chlorine. So chlorine weighs, according to the problem, chlorine weighs 35. The number that goes here is going to be how much this whole thing weighs. Well, we know nitrogen is 14. We know hydrogen is 1, and we have 4 of them, so we'll put 4 of them down. And we know that chlorine is 35. So we're going to add all those up to find out exactly how much that 1 molecule right there is going to weigh. It weighs 53. So the nitrogen is 35. I'm sorry, the chlorine is 35 of those 53. All right, so again, that's the ratio. And what are we interested in? We're interested in grams of chlorine. That's what they're asking us to find. That being the case, they're telling us we have 1,060 grams of NH4Cl. So again, this is how much 1 molecule of NH4Cl. This is how much they're looking to have. This is how much they have. This is how much 1 atom of nitrogen weighs. Chlorine weighs. This is how much chlorine we have of this. And again, we cross multiply. So we're going to get 35. And that's going to be 53x. So then we divide by 53, divide by 53, cancel those, and we end up with chlorine is going to be 700. So of this 1060, 700 of that, 700 grams of that is going to be chlorine, and that's what they were asking. Okay, so that's it with the chemistry right now, and we will be moving into more of this kind of stuff later, but this is just a good start. And we'll work on the third video for parallelograms.